Just a quick update, battery's just about to die. I had to repair a bit of a rust area around the back here. Someone had previously gone into it before, unsurprisingly. There was the old bit, and they've just blobbed the weld on the back, and had to go ahead and fix the rear bracing behind it, because the old one, the one someone had tried to repair, was way out of shape and absolutely chocker full of bog. And you can see how it's just rusted through the arse of it. So I've remade it, done it properly. Doors are finally starting to get a bit of a file finish on them. This one here needs a hell of a lot of work, but I've just gone and invested myself in a metal shaping disc, so a shrinking disc, so hopefully that'll help. I've got a bigger 9-inch one there that I need to get a new grinder to try out. Front guards are all file finished the repairs at the bottom. They're not looking too shabby. Repairs have come up pretty good, maybe a tiny little bit of filler. Got a dent here, I don't know how, it must just have been me moving it around the shed that pissed me off, so that's going to take a bit of work to get in. Nose cone's just about there. I need to give it the top of it a go with the shrinking disc to bring it back down. And that's about it. So yeah, that door's really going to take a... Right, update time. I've been neglecting YouTube a lot, been posting on some of the other forums, and I'm going to try and put together a decent update for what I get up to over this weekend, because it's a long weekend over here in New Zealand. So I've finished the nose cone. I don't know if I put a video up of the damage when I took it off, but it was an absolute fucking mess. And I'll show you, I'll put some videos up to show you what it looks like. So just remember this section, okay? So we've got the line up through here, and we've got the holes for where the emblem goes. Incidentally, actually, the emblem originally sits on top, though someone had drilled the holes, moved it down here, and just bogged the holes, so I've welded them up all nice and clean. See if you can spot them. And also remember this part. Okay, this is the passenger side, so remember what these two areas look like, and then take a look at the photos, which I'll post up. Got most of the doors. Okay, so here's the story. The two front doors I'm pretty much happy with. They're going to need a little bit of filler, as is most of everything, because I can't file finish everything perfectly. Passenger side, driver side door's okay. This is a freaking mess. I haven't decided what I'm going to do. It is especially a mess right around where the joins are, where it sits on the frame. So I may, I stress the word may, pull the skin off the door, panel beat it off the door and refit it. Or I might buy a replacement door and do something similar. I haven't decided yet. I had put all the front panels on and lined everything up, and I had to go back and redo these cowl panel areas. Because I just 100% wasn't happy with them, okay, so I had to bring them down a bit at the top and bring them down here to line up with the rest of the door. This is a common area which never really looks right when you go to fix it, unless you spend a bit of time on it. What else we got here? We've got the guards, which I've pretty much got how I want them to be. Got that all pretty flat. That will need maybe a tiny little bit of filler. And yeah, so now this weekend, after doing the nose cone, I'm going to get on to something I've been dreading for a while, and that's fixing all the dents in this rear part of the quarter. Both sides, because, like I said before, they are pretty rough. So I'm going to try and get them as straight as I can. Another area I fixed was this part of the boot. Sorry, the sun's glaring on it. You can't really see it, but there's actually a weld that runs down the middle of here. And I also had to remake the entire back brace there, because they were an absolute bloody mess. Which seems to be the case with a lot of this, but I'm pretty sure this is 99% of all the rust repair. The only bits I've remained to do is the sill on the passenger side, and this area here. I've emailed someone to see if he can cut off an area on an old shell, and I'll try and weld out this whole area, because it's rotted all down the drip tray here, but it'll just be easier if I just get the whole lot and do it all in one piece and get rid of this old brazing repair. So that's pretty much it. So sorry for such a long update. I'll probably have a few bits and pieces on top of this video as I progress through the weekend. Cheers. Okay, desperate times calls for desperate measures. This is the door skin of one of the rear doors. I've pulled it off. I haven't taken it off to replace it with a new skin, which is what you would be doing if you were doing everything nice and correct and not on a budget. But I've painstakingly pulled this door skin off the frame, and I'll tell you why. This skin is absolutely chocker full of dents. Chocker. And more alarmingly is most of the dents, it's hard to see in the light, but most of the dents are all centered right around where it joins to the frame, which means you can't really get a dolly in behind there to clean it up, and you can't get your arm into areas like here where you also need to do a little bit of hammer and dollering. And I thought, let's kill a couple of birds with one stone, pull it off, and I'm going to panel beat the skin off the door, or remove most of the dents. It will need a little bit of a panel beat when I chuck it on the door, which you can see on Restolad's channel. I might throw the link or do this as a reply if he lets me. So that's that. So I pulled it off for that reason, and also there's a little bit of rust that needs to be attended up here at the top where it joins the frame, which is sitting over here. And I also pulled it off to attend to some other rust problems. You can see I've pulled the skin back behind there, and that's because there's a bit of surface rust leaching through the skin, and I want to deal to it. And of course, before I chuck everything back on, I'll POR 15 the lot of it and keep the rust at bay. I'm not sure if this is going to work. I'm not sure if I'm going to be happy enough with the final result to actually put it on the car. We'll see. We'll see. But I've also stripped all the tar, sound deadening off the back side of it to make sure that my dolly, that's another problem, is that the dolly was just sitting behind where the sound deadener is, and you got sort of no control over how you're bashing out the dents doing it that way. So yeah, it's going to take a bit of effort. I'll do an update when I've actually gotten somewhere. And every so often I need to remind myself why I'm doing this. And this is what it is. Let's see if it'll do it for us. It's been a while since I've had it out of the workshop. Didn't take too much to start. Brought it out because it needs a bloody good clean. I'm going to do that now. Right, last update for the weekend. Just gone the evening, so I'll do this and then I'll upload this to YouTube, and the long-awaited update. So I've actually done something that I've been meaning to do some time, and that's to go around all the repairs I had and all these bits in the nose cone and slap a bit of POR 15 on them, just to keep the rust at bay, and it will seal the back of those welds very nicely. And I've also put them on the inside of this door frame, because if you remember I said there was a lot of that nasty surface rust coming in around where the top part of this skin around the frame is put on. A lot of you will probably have a similar problem, that you can see the surface rust weeping out from where the skin folds over. What you can do, and what I've done here, is drill out the spot welds, peel all the skin back, go over it with a wire brush, and then POR 15 in it, and I'll fold it back down and spot weld it back on just like normal and not have too much damage. And I'm slowly getting this panel roughly kind of back to where it should be. There's a high spot through here that I need to get rid of. Yeah, so I think what I'll do is I'll beat it up as well as I can, which isn't too bad now that I went out and splashed out for a 9-inch grinder for my shrinking disc. This thing is awesome. for getting the panel nice and flat. If you want to, I can show a wee demonstration on how to get it. You can buy them off eBay, Pro Shaper Tools. Ray Shalene is the guy's name, and yeah, order them online, and 9-inch grinder to go with it. And like I say, I can show you a little tutorial how you can go about it if you want me to, but yeah, so this is it. So there is a nasty bit of rust that I'll have to replace here, and the same where it mounts to on the skin. I've been beating up the rear quarters of this. Up towards here is an absolute pain in the ass in these type of cars, because you cannot for the life of you get a dolly behind. So what I have sort of jerry-rigged in certain places, what I've actually done is I've gotten my 1/2-inch drive bar, put it on the side, tap 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 with my slapper just to find out where it is, and just use it as a little bit of a dolly to bring out the major lows. You're never going to get this smooth since it's been screwed around like this one has, and of course more. What really created my situation was the fact that when they welded up all these holes for trim, they used a fair bit of heat, and it just puckers in the panel right at the bottom, so you get a real low spot at the bottom where the body line is. So I've pretty much done this top side. Need to do the bottom, and of course the other side. And of course I wasn't very happy with a certain repair that was up the top of here, so I'm just going through and redoing that again. It's no biggie. But I am hoping to actually give my painter a call this week and get him to come around and tell me what he thinks. And tell me what he thinks about the condition of the panels. In my mind, they're at the stage where a little bit of filler will get them looking good. This car's too far gone, and my skills aren't good enough to get them all to a file finish, though where I have been able to do that, like with the front guards, I've really endeavoured to do so. But yeah, like I say, it's just too far gone, and I don't quite have the skills to fix those bits. But I think pulling the skin off this was a smart idea. Yeah, let's just see if it pans out for me. You can see I sliced it at the top of here, just where the gutter goes on. This top part of the skin is actually held in by the window gutter through here, and to take this part of the skin out, you actually got to drill the spot welds out from this side, take this gutter out, and then that'll let you take the skin out. Okay, so I'll go back upstairs and start editing this. Sorry for the long time between drinks, but there you go. Slowly getting the project going. It'll be, I suppose in a few months, it'll be 12 months since I started this project, so yeah, I thought it was going to take 6, so there you go. See you guys.